Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez, and special guest Mike Zakarian is back, a fellow hoops guy. We promised, guys, that we would, even though we went full deep dive on NFL season here, we did full basketball, we're doing all the daily stuff. We're still going to service our multi-sport draft leads out here. But I do have to say one thing before we go full NBA mode. A couple new contests up on the site this morning. We got the pennant for MLB for my MLB playoff heads in there. Great format. We'll walk through it. Maybe we'll do a little bit later. We're going to do the daily slate today for sure, but maybe we'll, just throw a couple wrinkles out there for the people on that one. Fun contest. And then we got the second quarter for my in-season best ball friends, where very interesting wrinkle. That's going to be week 4 through week 8 as that 4-week window. But week 8 has a bunch of teams on bye. So we'll talk through the dynamics of that. But first, we're going to talk to our guy, Mike Zakarian. Welcome back, my friend. What's good?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. It's happy to be here to talk some hoops. I was surprised you guys didn't call for, like off and on the clock. You guys didn't need any sharp football advice, but happy to come in and talk hoops.
Mike, since you're here and I love these new StreamYard features, can I just give you a applause for being here? Thank you.
Wow. See, this is how I can tell I've been on vacation for a little bit, because I did not know we had that feature. That's incredible.
Yeah, and if you give us like a bad take, I can hit you with
Oh, this is good.
Watch out. Watch out.
Who needs to go to stand-up shows when you get like prop tech comedy here in StreamYard?
I'm a little loose with these, so be careful.
Dude, I'm looking at this now because Nez has been messing around with these and I didn't even see these. Like this is the new when you get sniped on the clock.
Oh, is that a gunshot?
That's a gunshot.
Oh, had to put a gunshot in there. It's like it's like the first one that gets preloaded in is a gunshot.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Mike, what's good, my guy? We haven't talked since we did some daily stuff last year together there. How the double dribble streets treating you? How was summer league? How's the summer been going in general?
Yeah, man, summer's been great. Summer was great. I was like in Europe for a couple of weeks, so was kind of off the apps. So that was fun to just kind of unwind a little bit, and now back in there. And it seems like the NBA lobbies are starting to fill up a little bit faster, which is nice. But yeah, you mentioned it was out in summer league. Good to see Cooper Flagg IRL. That was incredible. He seems like actually Harper too. Both of them lived up to the hype. And then it got gross, because as summer league does, it's like really cool for 12 hours. And then you're like, well, these guys are probably going to be with me in Europe. Like that's where a lot of these guys are going to be, but it was still a really good time.
You actually shared the chartered plane over to France to showcase them their next jobs.
Mike's in first class watching them walk past them like, Jesus.
Yeah. I remember, I think it was like two years ago. It was some recent Yukon guy, and he was flying like coach with me back. We were like on the same flight back, which like makes sense, but it was a very jarring thing to see where I'm like, oh man, we had very different experiences in Las Vegas, but both yet are on the same plane on the way back.
That's cool.
Humbling. How's the draft process been going? How many we gotten in so far? You liking what's going on in the streets right now? You got some takes, some edges, etc.
Yeah. So I'm 37 into the double dribble and 14 into the bounce pass. You know what? I felt pretty confident last year and proved to be incorrect. So I do feel as if not more confident this year, which is making me nervous. But I do think there are a few edges out there. And it's been fun. I feel like the field has gotten a little bit sharper up top in drafts, but I think there's still some wiggle room in those like mid to late rounds, especially once we get around like picks 75 through like 125. I feel like you can have some fun in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll throw this to both you guys here because this is a different format than last year. Last year was more of the sprint style when it came to the playoff windows on our site. This year is back to the original pods format there where it's 4 weeks of playoffs. Actually, I'd be better served to share this while I'm talking about it with everyone here. So is there a ton of takeaways from what we learned last year in this contest, or is it kind of like throw what we learned last year out the window and we're re-diving back into this because of the way the playoffs are scored here?
I like Nez, you two correct me if you think this is wrong too. There was a lot of dialogue last year around playoff schedules, and I thought it was like important for like tie-breaking stuff, but I didn't freak out about it. And I think the best example of this is like the Orlando Magic had one of the worst playoff schedules, yet Paolo is one of the guys that you needed to have. I think the playoff, and so maybe people are going to be like, wow, that the schedules don't matter as much. I actually would argue they matter way more in this format than they did in the sprint, especially with the week to week. And I know we'll probably talk about some of the schedules later, but that to me is like the biggest takeaway, that we should be a little bit more aware of those schedules. And again, I think it's used as a tiebreaker in a lot of cases. Like, I'm not saying we should be, don't draft any New York Knicks or anything like that. But if you need a tiebreaker, I think the scheduling is a good way to go about it.
Yeah, no, I think it's 100% like it's a new format, new wrinkle, and it's something that I don't think enough people will be paying attention to. I definitely was like waving the playoff stuff last year, given the sprint format. It's just like too much for me, man. I'm jamming football at the same time. Like, baseball is still going on. I just need to draft good players, and that's kind of like where I'm at here. But I definitely will be cognizant of like how many Knicks are on one team and another. And other playoff teams, other teams that have poor playoff schedules is what I'm trying to say. So I'll definitely be cognizant of that, but I don't want to let it affect my builds too much because, I'm a new me. I'm big. You got to get there first, bro. And
Okay.
I really do think that it's much more important to just build good teams than avoiding good players because, in favor of a good playoff schedule.
Yeah,
okay,
you just want like the screenshot equity of like I put 15 teams into the finals that all finished in the bottom 15. They got
and Mike. Got to prop up the residuals.
That's right.
I like it. Guys, I realize now that we're just kind of like throwing like jargon laden terms around here when we're talking sprint and we're talking whatever with the playoffs. There is your standard quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, 2-week increments, but they're individually scored week over week. So if you do have a star player who happens to rest one of the games in the first window there and doesn't score for you in week 1 of the playoffs there, he can still score in the quarterfinals for you in week 2 if he plays both those games. Love this format so much. I think it was a great amendment, but I just wanted to really simplify because we want this to be super inviting for some of you guys who are now done with your, best ball football stuff. Hey, come on in here. Waters are warm. This is a fun space. I just realized we were throwing a bunch of jargon around there that maybe went over some people's heads. Guys, let's talk about creating some of those winning lineups, creating some of those you got to get there first lineups structurally. Old school adage for football stuff was like 2-6-8-2 was your safe build. Old school adage in this contest has always been kind of like if you spend capital early on bigs and wings, that's kind of like where the draft capital is spent, and then you backfill at other positions, and you don't want to take multiple bigs if you've spent up for the Joker, the Wemby, that sort of stuff. Does that still hold true in this contest this year, guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to get 2 bigs early, and then occasionally throwing in a third. I think the big is the deepest position, obviously, because you're only guaranteed to play one. You can get a second one there in the flex. But I forget what the number was. Our guy NBA TST on Twitter did a lot of good stuff on it, but I believe the big was like used more often in the flex compared to And so I was a big fan of like not having the 6-4 or 6-6-4 build, 6 guards, 6 wings, and 4 bigs, just because that's like the most common build you see. So I was like trying to be a little bit different. But I think because last year I was pretty strong where I was like, if I take Jokic or Wemby early, I'm going to get one more big and then probably shut it down. And now most of the time I'm going to have 3 bigs, I think. And then maybe get weird with the guards and the wings. Like if I take 2 wings early, maybe like only take 5 total or something like that. But I don't know. That's kind of where I've landed so far.
I was definitely a 4 big maxi last year. I think this year I may try to like make myself draft 3. And I think it'll be easier because I think the bigs got priced up compared to last year. Whereas last year's like, man, like no matter what, like the best pick on the board was a big. So I was like, well, yeah, I'm, getting diminishing returns on who can hit my flex, but like I feel so much more confident in this guy having, a good week compared to, like Dyson Daniels. Maybe I should have taken more Dyson Daniels. But that was like where I was at with it. But to me, in terms of like best builds, and I haven't gotten there yet, is like really determining who are the best plays late in drafts. So that way you can kind of reverse engineer like where your draft capital is going to. So if there was like, an awesome wing value or an awesome guard value, like I will kind of like make my builds more geared toward that player, whether it's, fewer picks at that position or waiting at the end to finish that position at the end of drafts. But I'm honestly not at that point yet where I know who those players are.
Yeah, I think one of the other things that was really challenging last year was that the wing position was pretty thin, and you had to like it was a priority to try to get like 3 out of the first 6 of my first 6 picks. I wanted to be in the wing position, and I think people, or for what I've been seeing, are still in that mentality, and I don't think that's the case this year. I think wing position is a little bit deeper. I actually think it's a little bit more important to hammer the guard position a little earlier if you can, because I think that dries up quickly. But it seems like people are still very aggressive with wings, and I think that's actually, a shaky build.
Okay,
fully agree.
Cool. Let me dissect some of that stuff there. The fact that multiple bigs in a lineup, even when you pay up for the premium one, kind of makes sense to me because of the scoring format on our site of how important stocks play up comparative to on one of the redacted platforms there. So maybe that's like a nuance that if people are accustomed to playing, the daily contests over there to then come into the basketball lobbies for the first time, they wouldn't be aware of. So I do really like that shout that even if you do spend up that, hey, let's get some of those high scoring bigs or high ceiling bigs as well, rounding it out with 3. Okay, what about specifically the guard and the wing position this year makes the wing slightly more scarce than the guard slightly more scarce than the wings this year? Like, are there particular targets? Is there a tier break? Like, what do you guys think?
Well, first and foremost, shout out Numi for doing or in Hope or whoever was in charge of it for doing some positional rearranging there. Like guys like Jalen Williams went from the guard position to the wing position. RJ Barrett, I think, went from guard to wing. I think that's right. Or maybe he went the other way. No, I think it was guard to wing. There's a couple of other like pretty important ones that I'm blanking on. Like I guess Josh Hart too. That's another example. He was a guard last season. So I think those adjustments were pretty helpful in beefing up the wing a little bit. So that's like the biggest change that I've seen. And I think guard just feels a little thinner. I don't know if it's because we've seen more injuries to guards lately or what, but it just feels like there's a lot more question mark with some of these guards.
I think you instantly taking Hallie, Dame, and Kyrie Irving out of the player pool like instantly makes it thinner in the first top 50 picks because
DeJounte Murray, another one.
DeJounte Murray as well. Yeah, good shouts.
Yeah.
Wing is guard is just so thin. Like you mentioned, in late in drafts, I'm still kind of piecing through who these like best late round guard picks are. But to me, like it just seems like you're like what am I getting out of these late round guards? Is there a lot of efficiency back here? Like maybe there's some question marks with these rookies, but like, man, I just do not like drafting these rookies. It's just like really interesting to be like, where, how are these guys being efficient and getting minutes?
Well, I mean, you can just like, you can go through that list. Like once you get into around like pick, I mean, honestly, like 80 through like 120, maybe even a little before that, right? Because you're like Jordan Poole's in a new situation in the Pelicans, looks like a good click there, but you don't know, and like no DeJounte Murray, but you don't know what that Pelicans team is going to look like. There's Cam Thomas, who is playing for a new contract, but Brooklyn also has basically been like, we're fine not playing you. So what does Cam Thomas look like? You've Anthony Simons and Peyton Pritchard. I don't know what the Celtics are actually going to look like late in the season. And then you go a little bit further and it's like, okay, Keontae George in Utah. Sure. Bradley Beal in a new spot in the Clippers. Like there's a lot of risk with all of these guys. Like not Bilal, Bub Carrington and the Wizards. Like it's a lot of guesswork, even though the names look nice.
Yeah.
It's funny that you guys went all the way down to that portion in the draft. Not that you're wrong in any regard. You're 100% correct in pointing all that out. But I was doing the same exercise at the front end of the draft board here, where it's just like, SGA goes to the finals last year, plays all those damn games, wins MVP. Like, we know the history of the ankles with Edwards. Trey, you're dealing with a guy that now is going to get Jalen Johnson back alongside him when he was mega usage down the stretch. Booker loses KD. Harden's old, and they're bringing in more old bodies around him. Josh Giddey, like, we know what he was last year from a fantasy standpoint, but it's also like, do I really want to click Josh Giddey in the second round? That sort of deal. So, yeah, I know. Brunson, we joke that now his coach is Tibbs West Coast, moving to East Coast, and maybe his minutes will still be there, but I don't know. You could see new rotations for the Knicks and stuff. So you can poke holes at the guard position ad nauseum here.
Yeah. Hey, you're totally right. And then even like guys like Dyson Daniels, who were a smash last year, they're now going top 50. And it's like Desmond Bane in a new situation. Derek White. I'm like really nervous about the Celtics. I don't feel great clicking those guys early on. But yeah, there's so many question marks with all of them. I don't think there's any like home runs.
When the Celtics play their first game, do you think it's more likely that total is 235 or 210?
I think 235. I don't think they're going to be able to stop anybody. I think they're going to be pretty freaking. I mean, I know you're a Celtics fan, but like for our dog app purposes, I think the Celtics are going to be awesome. Oh, like to both play guys and target, right? Like I like when Karl Anthony Towns goes up against the Celtics, he is going to eat. Like they don't have anybody to guard a big. I'm more nervous for best ball though. Like I could see a world where Jaylen Brown plays exactly 65 games and Derek White.
Oh, you think they implode and silly season gets them?
Yeah, well, because not to get like too in the weeds with it, but they clearly have to make one more move to get under the tax and under the first apron. And so it's either Anthony Simons, who makes the most sense because he's an expiring contract and can actually like play ball, or it's Sam Hauser. And so if you're assuming they're moving one of those guys, dude, their starting power forward is fucking Chris Boucher. Like they're not going to win that many games. Like, so I just, even if Jaylen Brown like averages 30, like you need Brown averaging 30, White, like all of them, I don't see a world in which they win, 45 games. So if they are going to be like in that high 30, low 40 range, why not just say, hey, Jaylen Brown, wouldn't it be cool to be like 100% healthy and rested when Tatum comes back next year?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of in the weeds, just like a quick little one-off while we're here, just kind of shooting the shit. Are we at the point where, step one for looking at the finals is who plays the least amount of games? Is step two who is playing the Trailblazers and avoid them? Because are they not just about to just hold teams to under 100 every game?
Best defense of all time? Probably.
I'm putting it in ink.
Yeah, it's insane. Wow. It's insane. I agree with you, man. The Blazers defense looks like it's going to be nuts.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for them.
Wow. I am too. I like the Tumani Kamara click too. I wasn't taking a lot of him earlier, but have since moved him up a little bit. I like 114 feels pretty rich, but I kind of like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Blazers, man. They've been one of our darlings here. We like the lovable losers here, but they're like graduating into pesky territory. So they're a fun team.
They are fun.
Yeah, Denny obviously top of this is a great pick. Like they got some value here for fantasy for double dribble purposes.
Just looking at a tweet that Mike shared with us before, but from NBA TST there when you were bringing up Portland. Point there, they got 20 games in the playoff window, 6 in the finals there. So we gotta do some deep dive. Who are the 6 teams playing them in that final window? Like, are they on a West Coast swing and they're a West Coast like homestand where they have to play like both the LA teams, or a home and home with the Clips or something like that? And that we just don't want that smoke.
I do love that we, like 10 minutes ago, Nez was like, honestly, I'm just picking the best guys, dude. All right. I don't give a shit about your playoff schedules. And now he's like, we need to figure out who the Blazers are playing in the playoffs.
and take them out of the ranks. They're out of the ranks. I don't even want to see these effing guys, man.
Guys, I got to bring this up real quick. Dynasty Insights, thank you for the $5, our friend here. Bought the masterclass, maxed the BR for the first time, and then finished 7th. If that's not a ringing endorsement for the masterclass, I don't know what is. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate the love. Always appreciated, but not necessary when the people drop off a donation like that. But love the fact that you signed up for the masterclass. Permission to speak freely, Nez?
Please. Well, John, what do you?
Maybe we'll hold off on a little something there. New masterclass segment coming later with the bankroll management stuff there. We'll leave it at that for first.
Wow, okay. Look at that little. What are you guys starting an NFT project? The way that you're sprinting out that alpha.
We are going to tokenize the masterclass. That's what John. I'll say it. Yes, we are. We're putting it on the blockchain. Congratulations.
We're actually branching off of Pete for his second run at physical cryptocurrency here, and we are sending everyone badges to their doorstep.
It's true.
Physical badges.
There it is.
Oh man, good shit. Guys, let's poke through the rankings a little bit here. Just I don't know. I kind of want to like personally highlight some guys that I deem polarizing. If we miss one or two, but along the way, just shout it out right here. But I want to click on some guys that I find polarizing, okay? And tell me if I'm right or wrong. We can argue till we're blue in the face on the ceiling of Wemby and this kind of front end of the draft boards. The guy in the first round that I find very polarizing is Paulo. Paulo just, had that amazing finish to the end of the season last year. But prior to the All-Star break last year, people forget how fucking good Franz was before he came back and played through the injury in the second half to try and make that postseason run there. Have we announced Paulo too highly here because he got the contract? He played so well at the tail end of last year. Now they bring in Desmond Bane. Franz gets healthy over the summer, that sort of deal. Is this a scarcity wing play here, or is this a good play?
I think it's a good play. I think, so you mentioned Franz, Franz's numbers came without Paulo too. So we could make the same case that Franz is a little inflated, and I think there's some scarier thoughts with his pick than with Paulo. I'm fine with Paulo here. I think honestly, if you told me he finishes ahead of Cade and Ant in scoring, I won't think that's too crazy either. I just think his upside is so massive. I really like even in the postseason, I know they got smoked by Boston in that first round. He looked freaking incredible. I think guys like Desmond Bane and I think there's concern because Bane's got there whoa, come on. You got, that's more mouths to feed or whatever. It's only going to make things easier because it was freaking Cole Anthony, who is so bad, or it's or I'm from Anthony Black. It's all of these guys who were getting minutes are now going to Desmond Bane and Tyus Jones, and I just think having adults handle the ball is going to be a much better thing for the Orlando offense. So I really do like Paulo, and I just like a guy that's going to be so 24, 10, and 6. I like that he's getting those other peripheral stats too that are going to help get it up there.
Yeah. He's definitely a stat stuffer for sure. And Bane is an awesome addition for him. I agree. I think it's way more of a boost than a negative to Paulo, even though that's a guy that's going to, have more usage than was there before, but it's going to, I think, really, really make things easier on Paulo and Paulo's game. Really going to clear things out inside because you can't help out on Bane. And if you do, he's, that's a knockdown shooter. So that's just a huge help for Paulo in his game for me. And he's wing too. Okay, you say no to Paulo, when he's on the clock, maybe you're at pick 10, he falls you at pick 10, you nah wave that. Wing gets pretty whoa in a hurry. I think there's depth, but as far as that top level talent, no one's going to be touching Paulo slate over slate for projection.
Yeah. I think barring injury, he finishes wing 2, like I do, like in scoring. I mean, you could make a bull case for Jaylen Brown if the Celtics somehow overperform or like Scotty Barnes, but I think Paolo makes sense there.
Okay. In terms of, is there anyone else you guys would like to, particularly bring up in this kind of like first round range there? Because I was just going to bring up a couple more as we go through.
The only like 2 first round takes I have, I'm pretty underweight on Anthony Edwards. I don't think I'm going to have any of him unless he falls. Okay. I think I would just rather have Cade, or I'd rather have Paolo there. And not that I'm like out on Ant-Man. I would just rather have those 2 guys. The other thing is
100%.
I think Luka could be 3.
Okay. It's Luka.
Yeah, I think healthy Luka, Slovenian Luka,
skinny Luka.
Like,
where are you taking him over Wemby if you take him 3?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Luka's crazy, man.
Yeah. I just think he's gonna put up insane numbers. I mean, LeBron is my age, so like at some point, like somebody else has to do some stuff there, and I think Luka's gonna go nuts.
I'm fully Luka over SGA. Can you expand on like Luka over Wemby? Is there anything that is it something negative about Wemby that you would like say Luka over Wemby? Just because like, I mean, I don't need to mansplain Wemby to you, but like, what would be the main reason?
No, I just think Luka could just have like a Hall of Fame year, and I think that he could. I mean, outscoring Wemby's nuts because Wemby's ceiling for sure a little bit higher. I think too because I'm pretty high on some second and third round bigs that with Luka in a guard position that's so weird that I like the idea of just getting. Let me just guarantee these guard points, and then I'll take some shots later at wing and big. But when we start getting into bigs of like Mobley, Sengun, I'm really high on. Like again, those aren't Wemby, but like the difference.
No, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Big depth is big. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the one other thing that I would say in this 1v1, and I don't know if I believe it or not, but like Wemby's still only 21 years old. And if the Spurs other pieces that we think are going to take the next step alongside him this year, when they all start fully healthy, if that doesn't come to fruition, like early in the season, Wemby's a way easier shutdown candidate on the tail end there, or a manages minutes or a manages future for the 3rd straight year in a row than Luka is. Like Luka's literally going balls to the wall to get Braun a title and get himself a title this year, right?
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying I'm like, if you're like, no, it should be Wemby, I'm fine with that. Like I'm not out on Wemby. I should know too, like through 37 of these, I think I have like 19% Wemby. Like I've been getting a lot of them. So that also is playing into it a little bit where I'm like, all right, let me see if I can just jam in some Luka here. But those were only first round takes.
I just want to touch on real quick. I'm the resident Anthony Edwards, hater here, just because at one point I said he doesn't have a ceiling, and Numi never forgets anything negative you say about a Minnesota player. Cade over Ant for me is like a no brainer. I think the Pistons are only getting better. And I mean, Cade almost outscored Ant this last season, and Ant played 400 more minutes. I mean, I'm going to take the efficiency of Cade there.
Wow. Well said, dude.
Is that number right? If 400 more minutes, is that a real number?
It's according to UnderdogFantasy.com.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, wow, that is crazy. Chris, we got you covered, my man. I wanted to bring this up just for a second here because a lot of people are feeling the ill effects of the first week of best ball season there. Guys, there's a little stimmy in the accounts there. If you did hit some of those thresholds for the Best Ball Gladiator program, those were dropped this morning. I know there wasn't a tweet that went in tandem with it just yet, but check your guys' accounts there and put that money back in circulation here for Double Dribble Season and Best Puck Classic, all these fun contests we're going to talk about going forward there. The pennant dropped this morning as well, so tons of multi-sport usage for the funds. We could have the evergreen Sabonis conversation where he just routinely is a faller because nobody likes to click his name. Is there anything exciting to talk about with that at all, or can we just move on? And some of us are Boner believers and some aren't, and he's a 2020 here and there.
I mean, I'm a Sabonis believer. I just think the Kings should be like playing in South America. Like it's just I think it's a garbage franchise, and I think this could be like true dumpster fire stuff this year. So I'm just nervous about what Sacramento is going to be. But
what the hell is their like composition? What
Dude,
what are they doing? What are they doing?
The reports the last couple of weeks were absolutely insane, where they were like, "We're trying real hard to move Malik Monk so we could make room for Russell Westbrook."
like what?
A team of Russ and Levine
and Schroeder.
Dude, Schroeder's there. What?
They don't have a point guard right now. I mean, unless Dennis is starting, I don't know what they're doing, man.
They need to free Keegan Murray. This is what they need to do. Put him on a real team.
It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, this team is.
I'm gonna have no Sabonis. I'll tell you that much, John.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because there's I'd like to say there's good people on either side, but I'm not sure there's so many people on the other side these days.
I mean, like Şengün over Sabonis to me is like no brainer. That's like a no brainer to me.
Yep.
And maybe it's just because I'm seeing my timeline is like, here's the eliminators I'm advancing. Like, Cash, thanks, Bad Bros. Sabonis is playing out of his fucking mind right now in the Euro. Şengün. Sorry, yeah. Şengün totally ruined the bit, but yeah, Şengün. Like that's half my timeline is Şengün highlights.
Yeah, Şengün and Nehemias Queta.
That's how you know that I should believe what I'm seeing with Sabonis or Şengün one last time.
I will say for the only king I've been clicking a lot of is DeRozan, and I think that's because I've been pushing DeRozan too. Just pushing some guards early, and I'm just like, I need some safety points, and that's what DeRozan feels like.
He does. That's a comfy 33.
Yeah. Am I crazy for looking at this Keon Ellis in the last round with no ADP and being like, yo, scroll the fuck down one time to my guy, get some starting run. You know, we know he can do it in the stock department. Can he fill it up once in a blue moon?
I mean, they literally said he's their only untouchable guy. So I think I think that's fine, man. I really don't think that's the craziest thing. Especially if they move off of Monk to get Russ. I mean, he's playing like 30 minutes a game. I don't know.
Yeah, you could play the craziest like 2 truths and a lie with King's quotes. I mean, what the Keon Ellis is their only untouchable. What?
Yeah, like they put Devin Carter on the market this offseason too, and I'm like, he didn't even play for you. Like he was hurt like almost all year. I think he played like 5 games.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow, wild roster here. Some other of the guys that I really wanted to talk about that people are gonna have trouble with is Embiid, man. What are we doing with Embiid? How far is he falling these days? He's down to 46. When I was drafting early on there, he was kind of going in the second round, then he was going in the third. Now he kind of slowly keeps falling. Are you guys comfortable like just going, when Embiid plays on our daily slates, he's a top 5 pick no matter what, every single damn time? Like, can I just take the swing as my second big every time?
So here's the thing with Embiid, right? The schedule came out, and I think the Sixers have the most back-to-backs, and it's either 15 or 16 games, I believe. So from the 82, what's that? 67. So he's capped at 67 games that he's going to play this year. That's if everything else is fine. He plays 67 games. And so like 67 Embiid games, where would you take him? Like third round, maybe?
I think I'd still take him in the second round.
I'm taking a ton of Embiid, and by a ton, I've done like a dozen drafts. But
yeah,
I'm falling for it. You know, like I'm just like taking the risk because I just think he just like I think he's way more likely to smash this than like, and maybe that's actually like a crazy thing to say about Joel Embiid, but.
Would you rather have 70 games of Tyrese Maxey or 50 games of Joel Embiid?
Wow. Wait, say that one more time.
70 games of Maxey or 50 of Embiid.
So you're getting 20. Oh, go ahead.
Because Maxey's ADP 29, start of the third round.
Max
70.
Yeah, Maxey. I do think like we're saying Embiid's ADP is 46. I agree with you, Nez. Like I think this is like if he's falling to me there, sure.
Yeah.
Like, because you're right, like the upside is just huge. Because even if you draft well enough, right, and you get if you get Embiid into the playoffs and then he plays, 4 games in round 1 or whatever, like the game number would be, and just crushes, he's going to get you there. So I don't think it's the worst thing. And if he's your first big, I think you have to take 3 more.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like the super condom method here. Okay. My mind agreed with Cole for a half second here when he says 50 of Embiid. But now I'm thinking about the way in which Underdog is scored and how much multiple starts in a week matter on our platform, right? If Embiid has, like, let's just say he has 3 games in a week at your big, or in your best ball lineup, Embiid has 3 games in a week and he plays 2 of them. Is he guaranteed to start for you? Or would you rather have 4 games of a 50 ADP in your flex over him? Because it's cumulative scoring for an isolated week. If we're playing a daily slate, the answer is like Embiid 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Right.
But when you factor in that he's going to miss 1 game every single week, he's literally playing at a disadvantage. He's basically like a pitcher who only starts once every 7 days. There's no chance. It's Ohtani. There's no chance of him having a 2-start week in a given week, but he might strike out 10 that 1 start and matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so hard. I feel like the schedule gods did them no favors for them to have that many back-to-backs, because it's just, you can write those off right away. And I mean, he's gonna and that's if he plays the rest of the games. He's never done that. So
yeah,
I just have some real risk in there. But again, at ADP 46, like now, I feel like that to me makes sense where you start throwing some darts. But I'm like really nervous about like the reports coming out of camp is he's now just starting to ramp up. I mean, not camp, they haven't got back, but out of the Sixers camp, that he's not going to be ready for the start of the season.
Right. And that instantly lowers. Okay. I'm looking at it right now. Embiid turns 31 this year. What's the most games he's ever played in a season?
There was that one year where I thought and then he ended up getting hurt in the postseason.
His MVP year?
Oh, yeah. But even that, I think, was sub 65, right? Because that was before the rule came in.
His most games in his season was not his MVP year.
Oh, interesting. All right. Let's say he played 69.
Almost fucking nailed it. 68 games. Okay, he's played, what is this, 9 years in the league now? How many years has he played more, or how many years has he played less than 50 games?
5.
6.
Okay, it's only 3.
Oh, all right.
Which is kind of surprising.
Okay, nice.
So that's why I was playing. That's why I was straight. You get what I'm getting at now with this,
Joel Embiid, baby.
I don't know. It's very polarizing. Yeah, he's a very interesting click right now. But the price tag, like IQ meme it, like the price tag on the IQ meme is just like, oh, Embiid at 48, go Burr, click it, idiot. Like that's how I feel. But I don't know.
Let me throw this at you then. Are you taking? I guess he is going after Jaren Jackson Jr. right now. Like, because I want Triple J ahead of Embiid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I do.
Yeah.
But after that, I mean, like I know the Bulls have the best playoff schedule. It's 2025. I'm not clicking Nikola Vucevic, Duran, Alex Sarr, who I do really like. But I mean, at that point, I think I'm taking Embiid ahead of the rest of the bigs behind him.
Okay. Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a really interesting case because obviously losing the usage of Desmond Bane, we know what that does for us on a daily slate, that it really pushes him up in terms of our rankings. It increases the way he expands his range, the way he stretches the floor, the way he shoots the 3 more when Desmond Bane isn't there, yada, yada. Like there's reasons to be bullish on it. He just doesn't protect the rim anymore. Like all those chiseled blocks that we used to get at home, like the running joke for 3 seasons or 2 seasons prior was like, oh, JJJ at home narrative, just pencil him in for 4 blocks. Like he's going to get those chiseled blocks. And now he just kind of like waves at the rim and lets him go because he would get in foul trouble so frequently that now he'd rather just stay in the game. And it's actually kind of bad in fantasy terms because we lose the extreme outlier ceiling outputs. Like we lose the peaks and valleys of them.
Ready for this take here that I don't have any info to back this up.
Perfect.
I'm gonna say that had more to do with him having to play the 5 for a while they kept missing out on having a big, and now with Zach Edey ball being here, maybe we see the return of Triple J, the shot block artist.
Love it. Help
but
side
again,
guy, second guy off the wing, like that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. One other big polarizing one at the top here, guys, that I want to ask about is Zion. We don't have to get into like the potential looming legal troubles and, is he fat? Is he skinny? Is he whatever these days? The Pelicans outlook, a little bit bleaker with the timeline of DeJounte and then now bringing in Jordan Poole there. Just thoughts on Pels, thoughts on Zion, thoughts on what this future could look like.
I mean, if he stays on the court, he's awesome, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go ahead. Ned, sorry.
Yeah, no. For me, I'm trying to picture and imagine what the NBA is going to do about this. We haven't heard anything about what they're threatening to do with the lawsuit or anything like that. I don't know if this is a criminal case or if this is a civil case. It's very bad. The language that's used in it. It's a civil complaint, but very strong language that I'm sure Mr. Silver doesn't like, but he may, throw the book at him and give him 6 games or, it just, it could end up being like a joke of a suspension. And then, for me, if Zion, are they going to do the 1 day on, 1 day off thing again with Zion? At a certain point, this dude needs to play. And the upside is if you get everyday Zion, man, that's a second round pick.
Right.
And
so
I think
it feels gross, but
the Bull case too is they did one of the dumbest things we've seen in recent draft history this year with trading an unprotected first round pick.
Right.
For next season. So maybe that encourages them to play Zion a little bit more than they normally do. And I also think the no DeJounte Murray thing is actually good for Zion because I think we'll see some more point Zion, right? And Jordan Poole can play off ball a little bit. Yeah. I don't have a ton of them though, just because it's at a weird spot and I've been pretty high on some of the bigs going before him that it kind of has to fall to me in the right spot.
Okay. Those were kind of the top end, kind of polarizing guys. I wanted some takes from you guys on. The other one was just kind of we talked about it a little bit there, but just the Pacers and Celtics situations without their stars. Is Jaylen Brown going too high? We've seen box scores over the last 3 years without Jason Tatum in the lineup that he doesn't have the same usage rate effect that Desmond Bane had when Ja was out, or some of these huge spike guys that we could just 1-for-1 put in and have a huge ceiling. We haven't seen that really from JB, but this is more of a season long bet here than I got my kind of daily brain on right now. Those were just kind of some of the other ones. If you guys want to touch on either of those two or anyone else I kind of missed I wanted to focus on the front end of draft boards.
Just quick on JB with no Tatum in 39 games with Tatum off the floor or with Tatum not playing, he's averaged 27, 7, and 4.
Okay.
So if I thought Jaylen Brown was going to play 75 games, I'd be very comfortable with him at the turn there. I really have no idea what to do with this Celtics team. So
there is the random wrinkle too with the fasting and the high holiday of the shutdown for a month in that window again, like last year.
That's right. That is right. That's right. I do think I'm a little bit more excited about Peyton Pritchard and Anthony Simons later, just because I think they're a little bit more tank proof. And then again, this is real gross at this point, but I have been clicking the hell out of Chris Boucher.
Okay.
Once I saw he was wing eligible, man, he's my Khalil Ware this year.
Mhm.
Oh,
I mean, he
yeah,
definitely had some
where
spike
call is
games
great.
when everybody was out for Toronto last year and the year prior. Like he definitely had some spike games. And then it was weird at the tail end of last year when they were missing all the bodies. They kind of just refused to play him
Yeah.
because they thought he was like too valuable an asset for like full-fledged tank season. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But at that ADP, man, if he's going to play, 25 to 27 minutes a game, like he's
Mhm.
literally their starting four, which is just so embarrassing. But
Right.
if that is what's going to, I think he's a great pick there.
Yeah, the only team that I think like I'm gonna have my sights on big time is the Wizards.
Mhm.
They're gonna be bad, but I kind of like the way that they're going about their rebuild in terms of like I guess like fantasy. In real life, I guess TBD, but they got a lot of like exciting players. Of course, my boy Cam Whitmore here.
Oh, buddy.
Still potentially too cheap, but who's to say? He may, he may attitude himself out of the rotation. You just never know. But like Carrington, Koulibaly, Keyshawn George, that the Trey Johnson, the rookie there, like they have some interesting guys. It's just like it's hard to predict like what will shake out.
Mhm.
And then obviously Sar as a big there too. What were you gonna say, John?
Oh, just that Trey and AJ Johnson both cooked in summer league a little bit. Both the Johnsons.
Yeah, the SAR pick, like on this, like when I see it, I think it's good, and then I think I think I've seen too many opinions that people think that SAR is like not that good, but I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh, you're muted,
What
Mike.
was
I don't even know when I clicked the mute button. I hate the Wizards like the way I hate that I hate that his ADP has climbed up as much as it has. Because when this was starting, it was like in the 80s, and that to me was just an absolute smash. But let me go ahead and just list some centers that the Washington Wizards have right now. It's Alex Sarr.
Yep.
It's not Nikola, but it's Tristan Vukcevic. Rashawn Holmes, I think, is technically there.
Yeah,
And
he's 48.
and a man named Anthony Gill. So I think that like Sarr is going to play a ton of minutes. He's going to be out there. There's no shutdown risk or anything like that. They're going to find out exactly what they have in their young guys. So I want to have some SAR exposure, but 63 is pretty rich. I do think it's a little bit harder there. But dude, Nez, I'm with you, man. I'm basically drafting 2 Wizards every single draft.
Yeah, dude. Their prices are really, really, really nice, and they should be just like must watch basketball every day. They're just gonna play so goddamn fast.
There's no way that like Chris Middleton just kind of reverts back to Chris Middleton of old and cooks for a little bit at the beginning of the season and then becomes like a prize trade deadline asset for someone and Middleton can return value.
I think I don't know if he can return value. Although where's he going? Yeah, he can. At 190, who cares? We're just clicking buttons there.
Yeah.
I like the idea of taking them. I just love the idea of Middleton playing really well and then getting traded. And like CJ McCollum's still there. There's no way both of these guys are on the Wizards in February, right?
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. But
yeah,
I mean, we've fallen victim to this same thought process before with their team with Marcus Smart and Malcolm Brogdon and like this kind of shit where it's like, oh, they'll clear them out, let the kids play, like whatever. And then what do they do at the deadline last year? They just bring in more olds and they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna roadblock them with Chris Middleton too.
I think those have to be locker room guys. Like
right.
Like these kids need adults in the locker room, and they're like, "Well, CJ was NBA PA president. Like, let's bring him in, and Chris Middleton won a ring. Let's bring him in."
Yeah. Anyways, yes, Mike. Yes, he was waived. He was waived. We were talking about last year. Yeah, I got you, man. Don't worry. I know some ball out here. Guys, I'm gonna click on this so we can click some buttons and keep talking about some fun players. Hopefully, the community can get in here. Perfect. 6 more spots. Let's get it.
Man, I was streaming one the other day. God, it took an hour and 15 minutes to get from 6 to full. I'm not saying it's going to happen here. You have a strong community.
We got 300 people out here. We can't fill a lobby here for $15 a head. I might cancel the stream. We're not doing baseball if we can't fill this lobby.
We waited an hour and 15 minutes, and then some asshole took Mikal Bridges 101.
Dude, I forgot about that.
The sushi projections told him so. I mean, he projects off the charts, baby.
Yeah, he made 2 wild picks or 3 wild picks, and then drafted normal the rest of the way. It was it's just.
Did they kill that draft?
Honestly, I bet you he just had 2 guys queued up.
Yeah.
Then he had notifications on, but didn't realize that the draft had started because he'd been sitting in the lobby for 2 hours. And then he just got the queued guys, and then whatever.
I don't think they canceled it.
No? They haven't. No, but I don't know if they've canceled any yet for NBA.
They're supposed to be on a 24-hour basis. I don't know. Maybe they got a backlog.
Oh,
all right. Here we go.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Pull up, baby.
Oh, I don't even see your name. Are we? Oh no, there you are. 104.
Oh, we got the 104. We got the 104 right where we want to be.
104 is nice because I like when someone else tells me if I'm taking Luka or Wemby.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to make that. We don't want to make that decision out here.
I've seen Wemby fall a couple of times too. I've gotten him at 105 a few times. I've seen him go like 6th. Mm-hmm. Just dumb.
This will be good here. Oh, there you go. NBA TST is right in here with so's Mike. There you go. Dink piece.
I've been giving some thought. Oh, okay. I've been giving some thought to running back Giannis 101 again, but I can't have a Jokic fade. Like that's just so bad. But
I mean, they don't play a ton of playoff games. They don't play a ton of playoff games.
Ooh,
Denver doesn't.
No, I don't. Or I shouldn't say a ton, but I think it's less than maybe Giannis.
Okay.
Oh man.
There's only 2 teams with 23 games in the playoffs. Here, I'm going to drop this tweet in here. NBA TST is in our draft alongside us here. There's only 2 teams that play 23 games in the UD playoffs, and that is Houston and Detroit. So there's your bullish Cade stance right there.
And then I see
that is kind of crazy, man. So I was just looking at the finals games. 5 games of the Knicks versus like 7 games of
Denver has
of like
2
Cleveland.
games in the finals.
Yeah,
has a 2-game finals week. Wow.
And that's what I mean. We're up.
Oh, did we get it in there? It was Luka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo! Never doubt me. Never doubt.
John's picks have to go through customs, so they get he gets a little bit of a buffer.
I was gonna say we almost gave TST Luka at 5 there. That would have been a massive mistake.
Oh man, we're back. That felt
I'm
so
surprised you
good.
didn't override us for the Canadian kid, but I'm glad that we went with Luka here.
No, I like this the coming off the finals and MVP narrative where he played so many games to ensure that he got the finals and the MVP trophy. I like the narrative of like a little bit of a down year the following year, or a little, less pedal to the floor or foot on the gas, whatever,
Too many commercials, too many IG outfit posts, things like that.
Drop.
Yeah. Yeah, John, you don't like that he's a Converse guy either.
No, dude. It honestly, it screams lack of confidence. If you're a Converse or a Puma guy, like not enough confidence in your game. Like that's you just want the fattest check available to you. If you had more confidence in your game, you're holding out for that Jordan shit. You're holding out for that Nike shit.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's on New Balance, though. I do think that takes the cake for just like, oh, would you like to have an ACL tear? Like, here's our New Balance. It's like that whole string of people that they had got hurt, I think, last year.
Oh, did they really?
It was like an entire commercial of an IR. Like it was, right? Because it was like Kawhi, Maxey. I think there was even a W player. Jamal Murray.
Oh man.
Yeah. They did have Brink in there, I think.
Yeah. There. Yeah.
This is the hardest analysis we need.
One of the funniest signature shoes I ever bought, and like honestly, they played great. They were just like really hot, but they played great on the court. I bought Do you guys remember? Because these were ugly. The Adidas shoes that Andrew Wiggins put out whenever he was on the Timberwolves.
I do
Oh, no.
know.
Dude, I bought them and like they were amazing. Just so comfy, great on like all types of courts. But they were hideous. And I
these
love
look
how hideous
so
they
Oh
were.
bad.
yeah, these are bad.
Oh, dude, but they great shoes. Like honestly, great shoes. So comfortable because
Wow.
they had like boost in the heel. But like, look at the material. Like my foot was so hot. Like those shoes smelled like shit.
Does that like get up to your knee? Like that was like
It
a
honestly
high?
didn't. I don't remember them being that high. I will be honest. I do not remember them being that high. The second funniest signature shoe that I bought, again, great shoes. Paul George signature shoes, the PG ones, really good shoes. Very comfortable, a lot of cushion. But goofy guys to have signature shoes these days.
Mike and I are a little bit older because we weren't buying those ones, man.
No.
Like when you start, if you were gonna come at me with like Thai cheese, and you guys are gonna come at me with like
Sean
some
Kemp?
of the OG like answer twos and shit, like then now you're speaking my language.
We were like in middle school. I mean, we're adults with our own money now. We can buy new things.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I got you.
I was in.
All right.
I remember getting the Sean Kemp. Oh, we're on the clock. There we go.
Harden, J-Dub, Giddy, KJ, Brunson.
Oh God, I think it's Jalen Johnson here or Josh Giddey.
Nez.
Do Giddy or Johnson. I was gonna Mike was with me on Jalen Johnson, so
Yeah.
I was gonna defer to our honored guest here, but I'm 30% Jalen Johnson again until it hits.
Okay, you guys aren't concerned at all about the shoulder. He's a young man. He comes back this year. Everything's well and good. Picks up where he left off last year. Dyson Daniels doesn't have as big a handling role when he's on the court, kind of deal.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think it'll be fine.
All right,
they're a pretty good team, man. They're built to like make a real push. I mean, Porzingis is there as well. So like, yeah, like if you want to like poke another hole in Jalen Johnson, that the sick corpse of Porzingis will take touches away. But no, I just think Jalen Johnson's just a total dude.
that illness stuff was really odd last year. What do you guys think here? Brunson with West Coast Tibbs. We got Steph, who allegedly can still shoot. John Morant, kind of fun. Melo.
Mike?
I think either Steph or Ja here. I think I lean Ja.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never going to push back on John Morant.
I mean, I'm a little bit nervous of, like, I wonder if they slow him down at all and don't like overuse him. But man, once they like fired their coach, it was kind of the John Morant show again. And now with no Desmond Bane, I think it's just going to be a ton of pick and roll. And if that's the case, he should cook.
Yeah.
Fila stack houses.
No, that's a shout.
That's a flex.
I never had those. I had the Kemps.
DeRozans.
Dude, D-Rose probably had like the worst signature logo I've ever seen. That logo was hideous. Just it was so big and like it didn't make sense. Just like a D in the middle of a rose. Like, okay, can we be like more on the nose with that? It was disgusting logo.
I can't hear D Rose's name and not think of Brandon Roy as well. I don't know, just like that era of basketball where I was like, Brandon Roy was gonna be what DeRozan ended up being. Like, you know what I mean? Like that my mind goes like that. I don't know why.
I loved Brandon Roy.
Yeah, very, very similar. This is a great shot from Sun Q. The T-Mac 2s are like those were legendary.
Yeah.
Were you already like paying your own bills when the T-Mac 2s came out, John, or do you actually, or you can remember those with me and we can reminisce together?
My son's got those. Who's the first NBA player that signs with like Hoka?
Oh man, that would be bad. I'll buy those shoes immediately.
Man,
we need like Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah, we need more patent leather on the court these days. Like, give me those the datas back.
That's right.
The eBay special.
We need them.
I had these like red with like the silver, like whatever the hell that thing was at the heel. Oh, the Thai cheese.
Yeah.
Dude, you could still buy the Thai cheese?
Yeah, they re-released them because people Like they know that this is like the best thing that they've done.
Those are so sick, man. That takes me back.
I might. Dude, I need a pair of those, and I need a pair of the Starburys immediately.
If I show up to my 40+ league next next week with Tai Chi's, oh god,
wow. you better not miss a shot.
Yeah,
not that you would, but
I would.
I went to a basketball camp at Pitt University when Jamie Dixon was the coach still, and I was wearing Starburys. And because like my dad had convinced me that they were cool, and I was like, yeah, I know Stephon Marbury. Like I love that guy. Yeah, he's a good player. And I got clowned, right? And I was like, what's so funny? Like, what, you guys don't know Stephon Marbury? He's good. And I didn't know that my dad was sending me to a basketball camp in $20 shoes. I was like, no, yeah, kids are mean.
That is terrible. That is mean.
I stood on business in my Starburys. I didn't take no shit.
That's great.
I wouldn't have given you shit for those.
Man, look at Insanity over here. He's not going to get a wing until pick 60?
That's some alpha stuff right there.
Yeah.
And I don't even hate it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, so no wing start here. Goes double big, double guard, and then 57 will be potentially his first wing.
Yeah, and I'm part of that too, I think. Sorry, what would you say, Nez? My bad.
No, you're good. I was just commenting that we got a few of those no wing starts. Go ahead.
I just think part of it too. I think Amon Thompson got pulled up a little bit. Siakam got pulled up a little bit because you've been seeing them fall a little bit more. We haven't talked too much about it, but I'm a little not nervous about Siakam. But I think everyone's like, and I shout out TST kind of put this in my ear, but like, does Siakam's number really go nuts with no Halliburton?
He's never recorded a stock in his whole life, Mike. I didn't know if you've seen that stat or not. Guys, should we have the Embiid conversation here?
I mean, I think because we spent so much time talking about it, I feel like we got to do it. It's either Embiid or I also love Trey Murphy. I think Trey Murphy is like the best pick.
We might be able to get him on the way back.
No, Weisberg's going to get him. I've seen this. I've seen this story before.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize Mike was to our
side. That's all right.
Let's do it, man. If Embiid hits and he plays, even if he plays 51 games, like this team could slap.
We're trying to win 100K.
Right.
Maybe Embiid's our only big. We don't take another one, you know?
That's how you make the bet, man. Make the freaking bet. What are we talking about here?
I haven't looked at any of the rankings and stuff yet, like just because we've been so hyper focused on football and stuff, but I'd be very curious to see where Embiid and Zion in particular are in the ETR stuff or, anybody else's stuff.
I would guess like very close to their ADP. I feel like that's where like they start to give people permission to take those guys.
The Bad Bridges is here. Good Canadian kid and Jamal. Could go with Jalen Duren.
I think we probably need a wing here.
Jimmy Buckets, Josh Hart.
Yeah, I think either Jim. I think Jimmy.
We're assembling the oldest team in the league.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in much of Miles Bridges.
Yeah, with Brandon Miller being there and healthy, it definitely feels like Miles was such just like a volume merchant, right? Like nobody was healthy. Right. So of course he put up numbers, and I think that's why his price is what it is.
Yeah,
Miles Bridges had this crazy overlap handling role too, where like he was the ball dominant guy on the offensive end when Melo wasn't there and when Miller wasn't there, and then all of a sudden he would have the overlap to still be the ball dominant guy on the second unit too. Yeah, I watched way too many of those Hornets games to start slates off last year just to realize I was drawing dead 8 minutes into the
slate. It's so funny, man. I thought Kawhi was maybe one of the best picks around this range because I think it's built in that he's going to miss a little bit of time. And I was just like, man, this guy's a smash. And I think there is a little bit more risk in it as this Clippers thing gets played out a little. Because I don't. It could be absolutely nothing. It could be absolutely nothing. And it also seems like this investigation is going to take a long time, so it might not impact it until very much later into the season anyways. But I don't know.
I think it'll
man.
affect his ADP regardless. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not so even if like the punishment could end up being like the Clippers get fined and lose draft picks, but like I don't think Kawhi would necessarily take a hit here. But I could be wrong because like maybe the NFL, maybe the NBA PA would have something to say about that because they could be like, well, you're hurting the integrity of like contracts because you're not getting your full value. I'm talking both sides of my mouth here, but I feel like the NBA would be more likely to hit the Clippers with something than suspend a player who already doesn't see the court a lot.
Well, I mean, yeah, the thing is they can't, like, the fine can only be like $4 or $5 million or something like that, according to the CBA. Like, they can't slam them with a fine, and it's like Ballmer, so they're not going to do that. So it's going to be picks. But the risk is they can just straight up void the contract. Like, that's in play. And if that's the case, like, who knows?
Really? The NBA can be like,
it's literally what they did that with Joe Smith.
Oh my God.
That's what they did because that's how they punted. They're like, okay, this contract is null and void. You can't. Now, again, that's like if they can prove it, if they can absolutely prove it. I think most likely they probably just do, hey, you're not gonna take a second round pick for the next like 10 years.
Joe Smith was the guy that everybody cited as precedent for the T-Wolves contract. That's the comp. That's the only comp out there right now.
Yeah, I think that's the only one in the last like 20 plus years.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the CBA doesn't. I see Mike just saying the stuff about the CBA doesn't require proof. It doesn't require proof, but I think it changes the level. Like, I don't think they're going to void the contract if they can't like officially prove it. And basically what he's saying is like they can use circumstantial evidence to prove it, but I don't think they'd go full on, hey, Kawhi, you're not a Clipper anymore. If they can't, because that's just like a super dangerous precedent to set.
Okay. Let's start thinking about this next one. I think there's some names that we all kind of like here. I mean, my eyes always go to IQ, Jordan Poole. I don't know. We didn't talk about Ayton at all with the Lakers. Lakers kind of trying to fill that void that they tried to fill with Mark Williams last year that didn't work out. That trade. Peyton Pritchard, could have an expanded lead handling role without, or at least with the second unit, but like 6 man of the year kind of guy who could fill it up in a big way without Tatum this year. Who do you guys like?
Mike, what's your thoughts on Ayton? Because my gut reaction is this ADP is not good.
Yeah,
but
like it's too high or too low.
I feel like it's too high, or do you think it's a good pick?
I'm okay with it here only because I do think Embiid's our first big. I think he makes it like, I know he's not the typical center that crushes with Luka, but I do like him. But I don't think
are we getting like 28 minutes a game from him, you think?
I think so.
Okay. That feels a Lakers center. Yeah, that feels good.
I mean, they're not going to. It's Jackson Hayes, man. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird because it's like, it's Ayton and he did not get a good contract, but like he is on the Lakers and they have no choice but to like throw him out there. And
he's got to play for his next contract, right? Because I think he just signed a 1-1.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
I also like just looking at that range, right? Like Levine, I don't really trust. Darius Garland, I don't know if he's going to be ready to start the season. Like that injury takes a while to come back from. And Cleveland's whole thing now is they need to be healthy going into the postseason. So I don't know how much they're going to put the foot on the gas with that dumpster fire Eastern Conference, right?
Isn't that basically what they did last year? Like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, these guys didn't play their full allotments at all. Oh man, Buzelis. God damn it, man.
Yeah, Buzelis
and Pritchard. Sucks having Mike to our left here because a lot of the guys we like to talk about and we're interested in keep full.
Yeah, Riddell too. That was a great pick.
I do like I like some Benny Math here. I'd be okay with Christian Brown, who I haven't been taking too much. I think I would take Mathurin ahead of, and I think OG's fine too. I mean, OG looked pretty strong there down the stretch.
So Benny Math, we think is going to like take on a huge role without Hallie.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
I think he's going to start.
Oh, little Josh Giddey extension hit the timeline.
Oh, did it? There we go. How much did you get here?
very team friendly. I feel like this is a dub for the Bulls. 100 mil over 4 years.
Yeah. It seemed like I think he wanted 30 and the team was comfortable to give out 20. So they just kind of met at 25.
Yeah, that feels fine.
Yeah. It's better than what Cam
like,
Thomas got.
He really, I mean, even if I was his agent, I probably would have gave him advice like, no, you're going to get paid, man. Like,
yeah,
damn. Like, I mean, I know he's very one dimensional, but good Lord, really?
He's better than $6 million.
That's what I thought. Like, golly, man, he's getting paid running back money. Like,
yeah, he is. He's
a good shooter.
Getting paid running back money. Good line, Nez. Good line, my friend.
Sadly derogatory, but
yes, I understand. Man, I like Walker Kessler. I just hate what Utah does and just like runs like 12 deep all the damn time. Shuts everyone down at the tail end of the year. No reason to think they're better this year.
Well, he's weird too because they didn't extend him. So this is the last year of his rookie deal. And so if you're not going to re-sign him, I mean, he's a huge trade candidate.
Yeah, that's a really good expiring.
I guess it's like $4 million or something like that. So I don't know who's, and they seem to really like the Duke kid, Filipowski. And I mean, Lauri Markkanen has looked like the best player on the planet over in Europe. He's averaging like 38 a game.
Back, baby.
That's awesome. I know, like I wish the Jazz, like if the Jazz just like tried and put their best players forward and like didn't tank, we could have a lot of fun in fantasy with them. But you know, Ainge is just the worst, just my least favorite type of guy.
Yeah, yeah. Like even Keontae was barely getting there, and I'm like, this was built for him to get there.
Yes. What are we doing? What are we doing exactly? I don't know. It's extremely frustrating. Do you have any alpha on the Nets at all, Mike? Given the fact that they drafted, was it 24 players in the draft? This
year? And they wanted to make sure none of them could shoot, and so they got 45 guards that can move the ball, so that Michael Porter Jr. can say something nuts while he's shooting at the three. He's on a legendary podcast run right now. I don't feel comfortable drafting any single Brooklyn Net. I think maybe you just fire out some Igor there late. I think that's the one that I'm the most excited about. I'd like Nick Claxton. I mean, his ADP is corrected a little bit, but I have him ranked so far back. Like I'm not taking him. I am actually Day'Ron Sharpe. I think is somebody that I'd be a little bit more into because I do think Claxton, if the Nets decide to take on some more salary throughout the year, Claxton could be a guy that gets traded. And I do like Sharpe. It is Sharpe, right? Holmes is the one that's on the Day'Ron Sharpe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Day'Ron Sharpe was always a guy that like on the redacted sites would just get jammed like 5 times a year. 5 times a year when Claxton's a Q tag, he gets ruled out right before tip, and it's like just jam the shit out of 3K. Yeah, and he just goes like 8, 15, and 5 blocks. Yeah. Something crazy, and it's like he just breaks the slate. Like, I've seen this movie before.
I really liked. I like Brown a ton as a player, Christian Brown. The Nuggets, shifting gears big time here, but I don't know that Cam Johnson should go behind him, but I don't know. Maybe I just am stuck to my priors.
I have Cam Johnson ranked ahead of Brown.
Yeah, I think Brown can like really play, but for fantasy, it just doesn't necessarily equate to fantasy points. I think I know who I want to take here.
Yeah, I think I know who you're gonna say.
And I think we're gonna get sniped.
Oh, really?
No, TST hates him.
Really?
Well, it depends who. It depends if we're talking about the same guy.
Onyeka?
I was just thinking about.
Okay, I wasn't thinking about Onyeka. Yeah.
Really? Okay, maybe does that not pair well? Or
no. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about somebody else. I'm happy with Okongwu. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were thinking of Aaron Gordon since we were talking about the Denver Nuggets.
Ah, okay.
I'm so different than you guys. I thought he was going to talk about Klingon because he just loves Klingon.
I do love Klingon, but I mean they've got Chinese Jokic knocking on the door, and I'm worried about the minutes there. I think Klingon is awesome.
And Time Lord.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's a thorn.
Time
Yeah,
Lord.
clinging in best ball.
Time Lord's another one of those min salary dudes who just randomly gets 2 starts to himself a year and plays like 28 minutes and matters.
Yeah. Wait, why do you think Cam Johnson and Christian Brown are both going ahead of Aaron Gordon?
That's a really good question. I
mean,
don't know.
and I'm a victim of it too. I've been clicking Cam Johnson a lot, but
That's probably just
shout out our guy
angry.
Magic Harp, who fresh off his 4K win on Sunday, but he was the one that pointed that out to me, and I was like, yeah, that does kind of seem dumb. I was clicking Gordon ahead of Cam Johnson all year long while they were on different teams.
Yeah, no, I disagree with ADP on that. I'm with you.
Yeah,
we might get the decision here at 100, guys. We only got 2 guards though, but I think we keep waiting.
What's our decision here, Aaron Gordon?
TJ McConnell at top 100 ADP. Yeah, you guys were just talking about Aaron Gordon. You guys like Aaron Gordon?
I do. I like him a lot here. Because I hate everything else unless we took.
Yeah, I don't have a better pick here.
Yeah,
he was a monster in the playoffs, man.
He's awesome. Yeah,
he was stupid good coming back from the injury.
Because this is
I think I'm
sorry, go ahead.
My fault. I was gonna say I think I'm way too high on Onyeka.
No, I'm right there with you. I love Okongwu. I wasn't trying to poo-poo that pick. I like him a lot.
I'm just like looking at the guys that go ahead of him, and maybe I'm way over projecting his minutes, but like, dude, I don't know. I think he should be going like way higher.
Yeah, I mean, after Clint leaves, right? Like Clint kind of took a back seat there when he had like the personal reasons and was like gone for a bit, and Onyeka was playing like 28 to like 30 a night at the tail end of last season. I think maybe that's kind of clouding us a little bit because the rebounding rate will definitely come down with Jalen Johnson on the floor and with Zinger on the floor if they all play alongside each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he does so much of his damage via the rebound, right? So that could be one potential outcome, just to throw cold water. But I don't know. He's good. He's young. He's fun. That team's going to take a step forward. We already made on a bet on the team by taking Jalen Johnson quite early. Maybe it just makes sense for this team.
Yeah, I was a little nervous early on with his ADP coming up because it started north of 100 and then like really ramped up. And I was thinking more about Porzingis, and with Porzingis going later, I was like, man, maybe he's a pretty good pick. And I was only box score watching a lot of this Eurobasket stuff, and it's been great. It's like 20 points, 7 boards a game, been playing really well. And then reporting today was like, yeah, the numbers look good, but scouts are concerned with how he was looking out there. So I don't know if he's not. Yeah. I think that was on the Hoop Collective podcast, like Brian Windhorst this morning. Because I know people wanted to make sure I sourced my material there.
It's better. I just gotta say shit.
that made me a little bit more nervous, but it's a better case for Okongwu because, like, I don't know if we're saying we can't take Embiid because he's gonna miss 16 games at least. I mean, hello, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah. Is Mo Gay a dude? He was a dude down the stretch last year. Like, could he disrupt this rotation at all? Like, he'll play like some 4 and like just like kind of that whole bigs rotation.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they do really like him. They like keep bringing him back. I know they like him. I think this team's going to be too competitive for him to get too much run.
Yeah, kind of feel similarly.
Yeah, because I think they like. I wonder if you see Jalen at the 5 sometimes, and they go like, because they got so many guards now. Like I forget Luke Kennard's there, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Like they really beefed up.
Yeah, that Nah addition was real big for them. I really liked that.
But yeah, this range I think is so hard. Like I mean, I'm a big Keontae George fan. Although this pick that's 108.9. I'm a big Keontae George fan, but there's so much risk there. Like Malik Monk, if you told me he was going to play on the Kings all season and start, I'd be fine with that too. But it seems like they're aggressively trying to move him. Like there's just so much risk with these guys.
All right, guys, let's think about this.
Yeah, we need some guards here.
Yeah, I think it's not a terrible spot to be, though. So team so far, we got Luka, we got Jalen Johnson, we got John Morant, we got Embiid, we got Butler, we got Ayton, we got good Canadian kid Benny Math, and Onyeka Okongwu. I'm back, baby. And then Aaron Gordon. So yeah, we definitely pretty balanced. I mean, we spent the high capital at the guards, so then we could take scattered shots to close here.
Yeah, I think if we want to queue up some guards, I was just going to say Pod God I was kind of excited about.
Okay.
But if we look at the guard position, I like the Suggs, Vassell, Bub Carrington, and I don't know, man. I've been playing out some scenarios where I started taking Bradley Beal a little bit more. I don't think we take him with this pick, but potentially with the next one.
Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say we don't like the narrative of like CJ Cooks for a bit and then gets moved somewhere good. We prefer Suggs or Vassell.
You know what? I don't have a single share of CJ, and I do like that take. You brought it up. I think we take him. Go ahead, take CJ. Maybe he gets traded.
I think CJ is going to project pretty well. It feels gross because like it's CJ, but I think he's going to have shots. He's going to have minutes. He gets traded, and who knows what happens after that. But I think he makes sense on this team in case, like, you know, before the trade hits, Luka or Ja happen to miss time. Like, you don't want to lose a good team because of that.
Yeah, and we're playing like with this build. I mean, Luka and Ja have to be our two guards every single week, anyways, right? And so
that's why I was kind of thinking about Kyrie.
Yeah. They
like I do not take Kyrie, but
I don't either. I don't have him ranked. Yeah, there you go. Your boy Cam's off the board.
I fucking love Cam Whitmore.
Dude, this guy 101 loves a young wing here. You got Bucelis, Risache, Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, he's slapping it up for sure. He's showing off for the stream.
Yeah.
Taking IQ too, showing off that he's been watching EuroLeague ball there with the Lowry pick. Oh yeah, he's showing off. Do you want to? Can we mask? How long's Kyrie gonna miss?
A while.
Yeah, so he's either going to be back in like January or April. I think no in between. He was like, I hope I'm ready for the playoffs. I was like, what?
Who else do we like?
Okay. Carrington sort of like is a CJ McCollum handcuff when we think they're going to get traded.
Yeah, let's find.
Yeah, they could both net benefit.
Let's do it. Just take the Wizards there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad play. Because like
he was a meme. He was a meme for us all of last year because he would project so effing well every single night. He would always be in the range of like 32 to 38 on the slate. And then he was just such a mean projection, bro. Just like no ceiling there. Like he would just never fucking shoot.
Yeah, him and Koulibaly both.
Yeah, and the Koulibaly injury sucked. I thought he was playing well, and he's kind of looked not great in Eurobasket, but I still click him. But Bub is it? Oh, go ahead.
No, I think maybe I was thinking of Koulibaly. It wasn't Bub that was like that.
Yeah, Koulibaly always projected. He was like a 6th-round darling who I would take every time. Bub, though, is starting from day one as their point guard. He's like, I don't know how tall he is. I feel like he's almost 7 feet. Like he's 7 feet's wrong, but he's tall. I'm really
he's like spiritually 5 feet. 5 feet though.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, gun to my head. If I just heard the name Bub Carrington and you're like, how tall is that dude? I was like, oh yeah, Bub Carrington. Like yeah, he's 6'1".
Little guy. Nice. 6'4" according to Google.com.
6'4". We love it. Yeah, I'm a Bub stan.
All right.
Oh, but the Bradley Beal case, like the whole James Harden pitch to get Bradley Beal, Harden basically was like, "Hey man, I was exhausted after last season. Would love to have you come here and do a lot of work." And I'm like, "All right, maybe I'm gonna click Beal's name."
You know who's reliable? Bradley Beal. He can definitely stay on the court and take minutes from me. Yeah, he'll be helpful.
And then
Good underdog guy.
I started really gal-braining too, where I was like, well, maybe he's a top 100 pick if we think Kawhi's not going to play basketball this season.
God, dude, I'll get there with you. Was Tari a wing last year? I think he was.
Yeah, he was.
That's a fun one.
There we go. The two injured guards going back to back there.
Yeah, what's the timeline for McCain come back?
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant DeJounte. No, McCain should be back.
Oh.
McCain should be back for
Oh,
the
he's
start
good
of
to
the
go?
camp. Yeah.
Okay. We got to start getting creative out here, guys. 5 picks left. 4-4-3 right now. We're probably going to want a fourth big on this team, just given the fact that we have Embiid.
Look at how sexy some of these. Oh, we're on the clock right now, though. I don't think we take the big yet, unless you want to go lively, but I don't think we need to do it yet.
No, we don't have to do it. What do you guys like?
What do you think about these any of these wings stick out to you? I like Grimes, but maybe I'm just like too stuck on nobody being healthy for the Sixers.
If we take a wing, I say we take Knipple, but I also do like Grimes too.
Let's do this kid.
Yeah, let's
tell me this pen on Knipple here.
He's a rookie on the Hornets. That's it. That's the only I think he's going to play a lot. I think he can play on ball for when LaMelo misses a ton of games. I think he can play off ball for when LaMelo does play some games. I think he's just going to be out there.
Okay. Deal.
That's it.
All I know is that he's extremely goofy looking. That's really all I got on him.
Is he a better prospect than Brandon Miller was?
No, I don't think so. Right, Brandon? No,
Brandon Miller's like a top 2 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking.
But yeah, I don't know. I talk myself into Charlotte Hornets as a fantasy team, not an actual good team every single year. But I have like no read on these guys. Like I wish Miles Bridges wasn't there.
Yeah, he would really. He's a clog.
Yeah, and a piece of shit. Like
on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but John, why don't you click the bigs? I want to show you like what some of that late stuff that we can get, considering we have 3 solid now. Like Kada, Jay Huff, Young Hassan, Derek Queen. If you wanted to go for the Pelicans, I don't think we would do that. Mm-hmm. Even like Isaiah Jackson, Day'Ron Sharp, who we talked about. I mean, it's pretty gross down here, but like Santi Aldama, I think is a good pick too.
Okay.
Thoughts on Obi Toppin?
Yeah, I've been clicking some Obi Toppin. Been clicking some Obi Toppin. I also love Jalen Wells. That's been like a go-to pick of mine.
Dude, I wanted to click Jalen Wells.
Yeah, with no
Bane.
Thank you.
He started the most games as a rookie last year.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give him an efficiency bump included with, additional minutes, then he's like for sure a great value.
Yeah.
Just give Desmond Baines like whatever 3.8 threes a game. Give like 1.8 of them to him and let him just jack those up.
Also, I want to look at something because you said that. I feel like Bane took 7 threes a game last year.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's probably too many, but hold on. Yeah, dude. Wait. Oh, no. Oh, hold on. 6. He took 6 a game.
6 a game? Okay,
6 a game. Dude,
even
how many
better.
do you think he took the year before?
3.8.
8.6.
Wow. Oh, that was the no jaw year.
No jaw. Actually, he's only taken less than his rookie year. He took 4 a game. That's the least he's taken.
Okay, so he's still he shoots way more than I thought from 3.
Well, that just means Jalen Wells is going to take some more. You know? That's all that means.
I like this.
Yeah, he's Keon Ellis with guaranteed minutes. How about that?
Oh, good.
How about that?
Let's get Keon Ellis on this team just to feel alive, boys.
I think we absolutely have to take Keon Ellis.
Keon Ellis has like a 7 stock ceiling.
Oh, all right. Keon Ellis, this year's Dyson Daniels. Is that the take?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't going to go that far, but I'm fucking in. I'm in.
Come on,
I think
man.
Dyson
Don't
Daniels,
tease him.
Dyson Daniels' ADP is insane this year, and I like him. But he can't be taking him top 50.
I got bad news right now, guys. Bad Bridges is not an expiring contract this year. He has 1 more year of control at 25 mil. Damn.
Could they offload him? What if he plays like out of his mind?
That was kind of last year for a bit.
Yeah, we thought that was going to happen. Right, and he was in trade talks last year for a little bit, right? It wasn't like at the deadline.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Boucher went. Oh, it's Mike.
Yeah.
Of course.
13th round, Chris. I didn't realize that's what we were dealing with.
Let's see who Dink's been cooking up here.
It should be like 14th or 15th round, but people are getting excited now.
Cooper Flagg's headshot is incredible. Like just a picture of him at Summer League at the free throw line.
I can't wait till we get a new one.
So good.
But I think that ADP is tough for me too. I've had a real tough time with Cooper Flagg because I want to take him, but man,
I know.
Yeah, it's asking a lot for a guy that's on a team that's not a bad basketball team.
Right. Yeah, like a team that did not deserve the 1-0-1.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was some rumors. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Nez.
No. Please. I want to hear these rumors.
No, just that he was going to play the point guard. And like, that's intriguing. But still, that's a second round pick, right? Like a late second round pick. Oh, no, excuse me. That's a third round. Late third round pick, mid third round.
Mid third, yeah.
What does he have to do? What does he have to average to pay that off?
38 fantasy points.
Pascal. Yeah, Pascal with Hallie there is what he has to be.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, as a rookie,
8 and 2 or 3.
I just think that's a lot to ask of a rookie.
Wow, yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, unless he's just like a stock monster, which like obviously in college he was excellent. You're gonna need like 2 stocks a game to help with that, which is possible. Yeah, but like I would say like around that range where he goes, I think that these are close to like 40-point fantasy. I mean, maybe 40 is too bullish where he goes, but yeah, I struggle with it too. All that.
Oh shit, we're up. I keep. There's your Santi pick, but if we wanted to scroll more than that, this has always been a Levert house.
I do like some Santi. I don't know if anybody's against it. I think.
I'm extremely pro Santi.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Goes with our Memphis bet.
It's actually crazy that Jay Huff was like a third big on that team that was like a 10-day guy. And now he's just like, going to be on the Pacers playing pace up, like getting a full contract. Like that's such a good story that came out of Memphis last year.
Yeah. I know I'm so fascinated to see who ends up actually playing starter minutes for like, do they do weird stuff where they go small ball and Obi's the 5?
Right.
Also, my guy, James Wiseman is still there. He's still there.
Ooh.
I didn't even know that he was there. You said still there. I didn't even know he was there ever.
So him and Isaiah Jackson, I think within a week of each other, both tore ligaments, I think last season. And both missed. Oh, we're back on the clock. My bad. But both missed time.
Middleton. We got 2 picks left. Probably done it big. Guard and wing here.
You like Levert. I like Levert. I like Reed Shepherd, Davion Mitchell. Those are guys that I
yeah, I'm fine with that. I like Jarris Walker to just say another name too.
Who do you guys prefer most?
Let's grab Levert. I think we're good at guard, honestly.
Yeah.
I am leaving the light on for one more guard pick, but
yeah, of course. Well, that's what I'm saying because we already got Keon Ellis.
Yeah, we've already put him on this team.
He's already there. He's already on this team.
Aaron Sharp there. I don't know. What do you guys think, like, just in a vacuum for building your bench out in these contests of, like, just isolated game? Like, they're all kind of, like, handcuff guys. Like, am I trying to build my bench with exclusively TJ McConnell-esque players where we know in the daily slate if a Q tag turns to an out tag for 2 games, 3 games in a week, that guy has the ability to score for me. Like, you know what I mean? Opposed to, hey, this guy's going to play 20 every single night. Like, those guys don't really intrigue me as much as, like, the ceiling shooters intrigue me. Is that correct or wrong?
Yeah, I'm more of but I don't think I'm doing it like TJ McConnell because TJ's like, it's a one night only thing, right? Where I think like last year, Khalil Ware was the guy that I kept going to, who then ended up moving up from the last round to like 13th or 14th round, where I was just like, I think this guy has an opportunity to be playing every single night by the time we get to March. Because like if my 16th round guys are scoring points for me early on, my team's either already fucked or I nailed something, right? Like very rarely is it like, oh, like Karis LeVert, I think is a good example, who I'm fine taking Karis LeVert. But I think very rarely is Karis LeVert going to score for us unless some like things went wrong. Where I'd rather just try to find some guys to take shots on. But again, it's like 15 and 16. So, you know, like your Keon Ellis take, I think is great. Like, whoa, wait, is he actually going to start and play all of these minutes? Then all that's like a windfall if that's right.
Right. Yeah. Cause like my mindset is like, we rarely like, let's just use week 1 NFL basketball as an example. Like everybody wanted Jamar Chase to be this guy. He's amazing, whatever. He scores 3 fucking points in week 1. And, you know, he was probably replaced in your lineup by, I don't know, Alec Pierce later on. I have no idea how many fucking points Alec Pierce scored, but you guys get the analogy, right? Like that's not going to happen in a full week of hoops where Luka plays 2, even if he only plays 2 games in an isolated week. Like Karis LeVert would have to play 4 games and, you know, we're dealing without Cade and Ivy and whoever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I like Jarris Walker just going there. And I think we're in the 15th or 16th round. This is the
16th here.
Like, I love that. Like, oh, wait, what if he actually ends up becoming like the pacer that makes the biggest leap here? Or Huff, another great example. Where like Chris Paul, and again, I'm not shitting on any of these picks. These are all fine. But like Chris Paul, I mean, like what has to go right for Chris Paul to matter for you this season?
I mean, Chris Paul played every single fucking basketball game last year and he didn't matter once.
Right. And again, like the Raptor rookie there, CMB Hendricks, again, I think is another sharp. Let's get your guy.
All right. Am I too crazy for liking Keon Ellis? Would we rather have Reed Shepherd, former lottery pick, who might get some more with Jalen Green being gone?
No, Reed Shepherd's well, I don't want to step on the Houston stand in the stream right now, Nez, but no, Reed Shepherd's only going to matter if Giannis gets traded to Houston, right?
He's like he needs dominoes to fall.
Yeah.
To matter.
Yeah, he would be like the prize piece going the other way, you're saying, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Like I just don't know how he's gonna crack that rotation, especially with Amin Thompson turning into like a more athletic Magic Johnson.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy take.
Listen, man, I watched that playoff series. All right, he looked insane.
Fun stuff, guys. First one together this year. We talked about how we're trying to get a little more funky than the 664 build, and then we came out and built a 664 for everybody. Luka at 4 was a little bit of a stand over SGA there. John Morant, CJ McCollum, Bob Carrington, Jalen Wells, who might have some more 3 balls this year. Keon Ellis as a true scroll F down might be the starting one for that team. The only untradeable Kings piece. Jalen Johnson coming back from the shoulder. Jimmy Buckets on his new team for a full season. Benny Math, the benefactor of Hallie not being there. Aaron Gordon, amazing postseason last year. How do I say this guy's
Knipple.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
I think it is Knipple or Canoopel. Knipple, I think.
Knipple. Yeah. This has always been a Cassius LeVert house because he always cashes us our lineups. Joel Embiid, Ayton Okongwu, and Santi Aldama. What do you think?
Honestly, I really like this team.
Would you say, Mike, let's just say binary scale, would you say this team sucks or does it fuck?
I think this is above the pants. Like, I don't think, you know what I mean? I don't think no one's getting pregnant here, but
sure,
you know, you might have to change when you get home.
But like still counts type of deal.
Yeah.
This is high school, grade 10.
Oh God.
Messing around in the basement at her parents' house.
This is Gene on Gene is what's happening right here. This team.
You're walking home with your legs a little wider spread.
Yeah. Yeah. Googling if I have blue balls or cancer.
Might be one of the best sucks or fucks of yet here. Oh man, good, clean fun out here. I just wanted to take like one last look at some of the picks on the board here. I wanted to see what Dink was cooking up there. He went on this like kind of like anchor guard and then slam it late kind of build, 7-6-3 at the bigs position there.
I was really hoping it was going to be Dink that took Chris Paul, and then I was going to be like, wow, look at me giving notes to Dink on his 16th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, like here's a guy that like Joval, right? Like if Joker misses a week, like that's like a moon shooter where it's like he just instantly pops in our daily games. Like that's kind of like the archetype of bench guys. Like I liked the Sharp call as well there. Diabate's had a week like that last year. Good shit, boys.
Yeah, this is good. I do like this team quite a bit, actually. I think if Embiid is good to go, if we get like I wouldn't say ceiling Embiid, but we don't get like terrible Embiid, I think this has a chance of doing some damage here.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back a year ago, or maybe 2 years, I guess it would have been like Luka, Ja, Embiid, Butler are all in like the first 18.
Zion.
So,
yeah, dude, people would be tweeting at Numi so hard right now if this.
Right. So if we could just roll the clock back, that'd be great. That'd be great.
I was gonna stay on for baseball, and then I just realized it was a split slate because I was about to yell at just gonna yell Red Sox stuff all night. But that's what I was.
They're on the slate.
They're on the slate. You're allowed to if you want to stay on for some baseball. You're more than welcome. Yeah.
Oh my God! What Story ADP 25? What are you guys doing?
Yeah. So Story is one of my big picks to click, and I was big mad that he homered last night already because I was like, now he's going to get the Steam job because we got Story versus a lefty today. That's a great pivot there. Mike is in the biz with these ones here. But yeah, let's move on over. Talk a little baseball. We don't have to do a full-fledged deep dive. We've already been going for like an hour 45 here, but 11 game slate here, 2K to first. We got all the price point varieties. There's also a really nice 6 game after dark slate there. I'll bring up the beautiful unabated interface and some of our stuff to walk through. We got no concerns about weather on this slate, which is great. We got some weather boosted environments. The only place with some potential raindrops are in New York there, according to our guy Roth. But 11 game MLB slate here. I did 10 of them this morning, maybe 11 of them this morning. I'm not going to lie, guys. I fucking love this slate. I love this slate. There's so much pitching. There's so much good hitting. It's like the perfect storm of everything, and it doesn't really overlap with one another.
I like that we have like every game on here. That's a pretty cool wrinkle. I honestly, haven't been in the baseball streets since NFL took over. So I don't know how long they've been doing this, if they have been doing it for a while, but no, it's an awesome wrinkle. And yeah, I love being able to play athletics on the main slate. It's very fun. And like you said, a lot of really good environments to go to.
The Sox scratched what's his name with Dustin May too. So I think it's going to be they somebody named Connolly Early, which sounds like they just found somebody in South Boston. Connolly Early, kid, you going on the fucking mound?
Going down to mom's basement to dust off the old mitt.
Yeah.
Mom, where's my glove?
That game looks like it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, actually,
sure does.
Yeah, since we've been streaming, hadn't seen that one yet because I was loading up on some athletics this morning there. Dodgers are stone cold chalk. They're going up against a Rockies team that has a terrible pen, and German Marquez has been killed by the Dodgers, and there's some crazy BVP data splits for the Dodgers in favor of the Dodgers versus German Marquez. So they're stone cold chalk, all the Dodgers going at the front end. It's 11 game slate though. If you just want to fade Dodgers, by all means, right? Like it's not like they're in Coors here. They do have the highest implied total on the slate, according to the S words at the ballpark pal there with this flat 6.7. But if you want to play away from it, I mean, there's 23 other teams to choose from.
Well, John, just real quick, I'm glad you pointed out that it was not in Coors, because I did rip my first 8 drafts yesterday thinking it was in Coors, and I was like, man, you guys are fucked. lots of 4-man Dodger stacks that I was look, Max Muncy in round 5. What are you guys doing?
Right. Oh, good shit. Yeah, so their ADPs now look like the game is in Coors, but not in fact in Coors. I mean, Dodger Stadium is a great place to hit, especially when it's, north of 75 degrees there. But yeah, I don't know. Just macro thoughts on this one, guys. Looking at these totals, some spots you like to get to. I mean, Red Sox and A's were my favorite off the start. There's some Twins bats I really like. There's some Angels bats I really like, both sides of that game. Yeah, just thoughts.
Those are the two that I have high. Wait, say that again.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I shouldn't speak.
No. You should go.
I mean, what I was gonna say, man, is I just don't understand this Cubs sim from our friend Mr. Park Pal.
Yeah.
I know it's Strider. I know Strider has been absolute ass, but who's been more ass is Pete Crow Armstrong. Just one of the worst batters in baseball over the last 2 months, and on top of that, like Kyle Tucker hasn't played, I think, in like a week. So I'm struggling with this sim number on Chicago, and when you look at it, they appear to be the second best team on the slate, and it's just not something that I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out there, Nez. Kyle Tucker, who's missed like a week there, has a Q tag on our site. Also had a very good pinch hit opportunity last night in a tight ball game, and Cubs need to win, and they chose not to pinch hit for him there, which kind of leads me to think it's a little more bearish that he's going to miss another game, right? Because we often see guys who have sat for like a week or whatever, who are a stud player, get a pinch hit appearance and then play the next day. Non-zero chance that he could be back in there, but like, I just thought that was interesting because that total definitely comes down if he's out.
100%. So yeah, it's definitely me just kind of like picking some nits here, but yeah, that to me, I was just like, man, I just disagree. Not that the field is gravitating towards Chicago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like the field agrees with you. They're like, I think the only time they're getting drafted is if someone's like, I need to make sure I get at least one Cub stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Cade Horton on the other side of that one. Braves have been, peaks and valleys with them. Acuna's been really bad recently. He's moved down in the lineup there. If you want to play like bounce back Acuna narrative, just from a talent perspective, I'll never fault you, but he's probably going to be hitting a little bit further down in the lineup than we've grown accustomed to because the last 2 weeks have been bad for him there. Yeah, I don't know. Colston Montgomery continues to just hit home runs, and he doesn't get drafted every single time. Most home runs in the big leagues since the All-Star break there. Not the best spot in the world for him, but Savali revenge game narrative. Yeah, anything else standing out to you guys? There's the Q tag on Byron Buxton. I don't know if you guys had a lean on that one because it kind of waters down the Twins lineup a little bit, but I still like, in particular, left-handed Twins against Kyle Hendricks this evening. Yeah,
just Wallner and Larnach, throw them out there.
Yeah, why not? I like Cody Clemens a little bit more than Larnach tonight.
Yeah, the only one that I was kind of excited about that we haven't talked about. Oh, not excited, but maybe throw some Diamondback stacks out there. Just okay. They're going pretty overlooked, and Robbie Ray's fine. I mean, like I know he's got a lot of upside, but he's also really good at getting blown up too. So. And I feel like the Diamondbacks, and I don't have anything to back this up, but I feel like they've been playing a little bit better lately. It seems
they also got lefty killers in that lineup in a big way, like Ketel Marte. Like I don't love targeting offense in that ballpark, generally speaking, but like as you said, Robbie Ray, only good start he's had in like his last, I think it was like 7 or 8 when I was looking this morning, was the start in Colorado against the team that strikes out the most in all of baseball. So getting some of those righties who are lefty killers in that lineup, in particular, Ketel Marte feels good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, the only other team I'd like to shout out. Oh, I keep cutting.
No, go, keep going, dude.
Sorry.
Keep going.
The Padres here against the Reds. I've just been really into the Padres at home, especially against righties. Like sneaky, really good against right-handers at home. Probably Noise, but I lean into it pretty heavily, especially against Zach Littell, someone that I have like no fear in my heart against. The Padres are fighting to increase their postseason seeding. They're trying to get right. I just really like pairing Padres together because they're extremely low owned because they're playing in San Diego. But I for one don't have much fear.
Nez, speaking of Zach Littell, he had 6 strikeouts through the first 3 or maybe like I think it was like 3 1/3 or something versus the Blue Jays, who are like a tough lineup to strike out in the small park, and then he still gives up 6 runs after that. I think, or maybe it was 5 earned runs and 6 runs after that, and only goes 4 1/3. So even when he was fucking dicing dudes, looking like, oh my god, what a pickup at the deadline, Zach Littell gonna right the ship here for this lowly Reds team, and nope, never mind. So
did he used to pitch for the Rays? Is that right? At the start of the season? Yeah. I think if the Rays have traded a pitcher, I think you should target the bats.
Right.
Like, was Bradley who went? I feel like Bradley has been sent down to like single A since being moved from Tampa. It just gets absolutely lit up every time.
Yeah, no, evergreen point there that like Rays are just so good with pitching development, so that pushing them down is, yeah. Anyone else you guys want to shout out in terms of stacks here? Anyone? I mean, like, I think Rangers are a little sneaky, even though I'm a bit of a Chad Patrick respector, and Seager's been missing for a while there, but I think it's a little sneaky. I think Yordan Alvarez was one of the most mispriced ADPs early on, but now the market's kind of caught up. Any last kind of shouts on the bats side?
No, man, I play baseball to stack Red Sox. That's why I give $7 a whack every single time. So I'm going to be like, oh, you know what? Romy Gonzalez actually makes a ton of sense tonight. I'm going to be doing a lot of shit like that.
He actually fucking does.
It's going to be a lot of Story, Romy, Ref Snyder. Maybe I'll throw in some Raphael out there. We're going to be doing some gross Red Sox stuff, and it's going to keep me up late on the East Coast.
Love it. Nez, anybody else?
No, I just noticed like how many late games there are. Holy shit!
There's a lot of late games.
Score one for the West Coast.
Awesome for you. Watching. Yeah,
that's terrible.
I like this Seattle versus Liberatore, like just a renowned ground ball guy. But if you can lift the ball, get it up in the air, like you're getting Cal Raleigh, who's going to hit 60 fucking bombs at ADP 22, 23 this morning. It's probably risen since then, but Julio, always the second half guy there. You get a bunch of those power hitting righties in there, mix and match the Seattle bats in a big way there. Obviously, not the best hitting environment in the world in Seattle, but better than in Busch Stadium.
I like it.
Guys, let's talk about the pitching side of the equations here. I'll take a look at Cardi. I haven't looked yet, but man, I think this is a really strong pitching slate with a lot of interesting places to go, and they're all just like 6-round darts and free, because nobody really wants to prioritize pitching unless people are prioritizing George Kirby right now. So George Kirby's my SP1 on the slate. Michael King, this is his first start back. We normally love targeting pitchers against the Reds, especially in recent memory, but it's his first start back from the IL, and he's only had 1 sim game before this. He went 5 innings in the sim game, but there was no pitch count data that I could find for it. I don't know. They have the best bullpen in all of baseball behind him. I can't imagine he's going north of 5 tonight, and that really hurts quality start and win potential. But just thoughts on SP1 here.
I'm with you on Kirby. I don't think I'm touching Michael King. That feels like a high ADP for like his first start back. So I don't think I'm going there. I'm with you on Kirby. And then if it's not Kirby, I don't know. I might wait a little longer and go later. I don't know. Do we believe the Jack Leiter love here? They give.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I kind of do. Yeah. No, I mean he's looked really awesome, man, and I just refuse to believe what the Brewers have done for a large sustainable sample size. I just don't like it, and I refuse to believe it. And Texas is favored today, just barely. It's a pick 'em in most places, but if you look in the right spots, you will see Texas being slightly favored against Milwaukee. I'm just a really big fan of what Jack Leiter has done in this recent sample. Really not like overly concerned about the Brewers versus right-handers at the moment. Like Yelich is good, but like, yeah, man, I'm just fading these fraud ass Brewers, dude. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them.
Have you considered that nothing bad ever happens to the Brewers?
Ooh,
it's true.
Good counter.
That's a fact.
Guys, what do you like next here? Because I do think I agree with Mike's assessment where it's like if I don't get Kirby early, and I mean, like, I like Kirby in this spot. I think it's a smash spot for Kirby. I think it's a great bounce back spot for Kirby. But we also have to note that, like, hey, last time at Tampa Bay, like, he got knocked around pretty good, and George Kirby hasn't been George Kirby of last year, this year yet. So, yeah, I mean, like, as much as he is slam dunk SP1 in my estimation, and I think some of the models will agree with us there, I don't know, man. This is a deep pitching slate where I can tell myself a lot of stories about the guys at the back end here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather, if it's not like, if you want to wait, like, I think you talk me into Bieber Fever and happily go back over there. If you wanted to just be like, hey, the Rockies actually suck at baseball, so maybe you just can pitch whoever is going against them. And that's where it was. So with Emmett Sheehan, we talked about Leiter. I mean, Zach Gallen quietly had like 3 consecutive decent performances. You're probably not going to pay me to play Zach Gallen, but I'll say his name. I'll say it.
I think I have 11 lineups so far. I got 9 Zach Gallen.
Oh, let's go. All right.
I love that ballpark. I think he's back in terms of the pitch mix stuff. And Giants have been nice in recent memory, like definitely a big resurgent tour for the Giants since they went to Colorado. They've been strong with the bat since, but yeah, I'm trusting a little Zach Gallen tonight. I was playing some Zach Gallen early.
I like that call. That's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll mix him in over my 90% Jack Leiter. I'll consider it.
Those are the two that the Scrolly F down bros at the back end who are waiting on pitching are gravitating towards. Let's have the difficult conversation, guys. King, yes or no, ever? If he's there in the 6th round, I've seen him there a couple times in the 6th. I timed out on him once, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, just thoughts on King, thoughts on Strider.
Strider, no.
Okay.
King sometimes if he falls. I'm okay with it if King falls and he's there. I still think he can give you a W. Quality start, maybe a little thin, but I like the park, I like the matchup.
Yeah, I guess if I've started the draft with like Story, Rami, Yoshida, Duran, and then we get to the 6th round and Michael King's still there, I'll take King.
Right. Yes. There you go. Perfect.
That's fair.
Perfectly executed draft. Yeah, I'm in lockstep with you guys, man. What we've seen from Strider this year is not encouraging at all. So I'm off of the Strider stuff, which means I guess we probably should be a little bit on that Cubs stuff relative to the total and their ADPs, but I'm just kind of not waving that game today. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm a little bit of a Cade Horton respector. He just comes out and throws a shit ton of strikes and strikes dudes out. We do have the Braves lineup. We have Ronald Acuna hitting behind Michael Harris, Ha-Seong Kim, Drake Baldwin, Ozzy Albies, Jurickson Profar, and Matt Olson. So down bad on Ronald Acuna right now. He is fucking buried beside Jake Fraley in their lineup. Just some other random notes here. Bo Bichette had a Q tag on the site. He's now been moved to the IL, which means Lucas is hitting 2nd in that lineup. Varsho hitting 4th. So a little boost to those guys if you're playing the Toronto Bats today. And Yankees lineup is out. Rice is hitting 4th. So Chisholm in that 6 hole. Volpe and McMahon at the bottom there. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, looks pretty clean here. Rangers just came out. Obviously, still no Seager, as we said, but Lankford, Jock Peterson, and Jake Berger in the middle of that lineup. If you want to do something of the super scroll variety, have a decent total. And I will say the alpha here, guys, Jock Peterson, replica jersey giveaway night.
Ooh.
Oh, I need to get down there.
Yeah, do you have it? You
I
can
need
get that
that.
Uber immediately.
I need that. John, I do have to dip. John, I gotta switch off and take baby duty.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Mike and I will rip this draft and then call it a program.
Trent Grisham.
Trent Grisham leading off today, Nez says.
Wow. All right.
Why is that?
Windhurst. All right.
Wow.
Leave us with the Trent Grisham and bounce puzzle to solve.
It did feel like Grisham went like 7 straight slates hitting a home run.
It's because he
was on a heater. Him and Colson Montgomery, I like only saw them hit home runs for the month of August.
Yep, more or less. Nailed it. Let's take a little look-sees here. I was looking at some of the home run stuff earlier, but I want to take a little look. Trent Grisham's ADP 31 there. So yeah, leading off ADP of 31. Didn't really talk about that game a ton, but obviously, yeah, Yankee Stadium, good place to hit.
And then Casey Mize is like fine, right? Like you're not scared of him, but he's not full gas can.
No, not full gas can for sure. Like he's definitely had some peaks and valleys throughout this year, but yeah, I'm fine playing the lefties in particular against him.
Getting a little cooler tonight though. Dipping in the mid 60s here. Boots on the ground weather report in New York.
Ooh, okay. Mid 60s. All right. Yeah, everywhere is just kind of cooling down in general right now. First day I've worn long sleeves in forever.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Long sleeves and shorts or hoodies and shorts weather, go to
A+. Yeah. Look at the 31% home run boost there. You see, like we're just drafting socks and A's, man.
All right. Shall we start with Nick Paz?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Go ahead and start with Nick Paz there as a potential pick to click in that game. Yeah, bringing up the ballpark, pal. Stuff there again, that 31% boost with the wind going out at Sutter Health. Obviously, already a great environment and the wind pushing out, especially when these East Coast games are a little bit cooler. The West Coast games play up a little bit more. I mean, it's not crazy in Sacramento, but it's 75. Like, that's not nothing. Mm-hmm. Angel Stadium playing, nice little boost for home runs. And then that Dodgers chalk is Dodgers chalk for a reason. Kind of the macro on that. Take a look at the home run zone as well. Dodgers, Yankees, Sutter Health, Angel Stadium. Nick Paz way up there, so that's a good one for us. Buxton, if he happens to be in the lineup, you'll know nice and early because the Twins always put it out early. Mike, I don't think I'm going to get any pushback from you if you want to start building out some potential Red Sox here.
Oh, he's on the thumbnail, right?
Oh, he is.
Come on.
It worked for many reasons. Love the matchup tonight for Trevor Story. Love him versus lefties. Love that ballpark for homers tonight, and a touching tribute to our guy Mike Zakarian coming on.
That's right. Had a lot of Trevor Story last night. Unfortunately, also a lot of Dodgers. Yeah, the Red Sox sucked me back in just in time for Roman Anthony to get hurt.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
it was brutal.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks there for him. Actually, I was going to put that on people's radar tonight. It probably doesn't matter tonight, but if you're looking ahead, wow, Trent Grisham goes there.
Oh, come on.
We could make this pick here. I like Jordan in general, but I think we want to keep stacking here. Do we not?
Yeah, let's get either another A or another sock. Who's your next favorite athletic tonight? Bangaliers?
I think I want to leave us an infield spot. So maybe Soder's been nice recently, and so's JJ Bleday. So getting some of the lefties in there.
I like it.
Yeah, play this ballpark up here. Duran goes there with the lefty.
Yeah, they've been funky with the lineup when they've been really dropping him against lefties, like down to the 5, 6, 7 hole.
Yeah, at least he's staying in though.
Yeah.
Just with like all the injuries around. The one I was going to bring up was I don't think it's going to matter tonight, but it could. Is Willer Abreu? Willer Abreu's trending towards coming back this week. So yeah, just keep your guys' ears and eyes open to that one. Joe Adell here. I like the home run spot for the Angels. I haven't seen an Angels lineup yet. They're usually West Coast a little bit later there, but he was late scratched last night with vertigo. I don't think vertigo just fucking goes away in like one day. So no. I really don't think Joe Adell is going to be in there.
There we go. We get that Cubs stack building. Once Nez left stream, Cubs started getting drafted.
There you go. A little Yelich one there. He also took Skubal. Damn, Bregman goes there.
That's right.
Who's your favorite Red Sox player?
I was gonna say this Fish play because it's Romy time. Imagine taking Bregman ahead of Romy.
Yeah, it couldn't be me.
It couldn't be me. Romy, who had like a stretch early in the season where he looked incredible, and then he has some of the worst swing and misses in baseball. Just you throw him any sort of breaking ball, he is fucked.
Certified lefty killer, though.
Yeah.
Who is going to be our favorite to land this plane here, Mike? We could do, Rob Refsnyder has the Q tag, but we're anticipating him being in there today.
Yeah,
especially versus the lefty. We could do the JJ Bleday.
Yeah, I think maybe let's do the Bleday. I do like Refsnyder tonight, but I think JJ Bleday is pretty sharp, and he's not getting drafted ever.
Sounds good. JJ Bleday, first player. Okay. I'm going deep in the memory banks, and I'm not sure I'm smart enough for it. But I think he was the first player to go 4 for 4 off a left-handed starter as a left-handed hitter for the Athletics since 1980 something earlier this year.
Wow. Yeah. That that's specific enough. No one can fact check that either.
Oh yeah. Good luck, guys. I'm just out here saying shit. I think it was Mark Kotze who was the guy on the list.
Wow, now that's a pull.
Yeah. Carlos Narvaez goes there. Kind of a fun pick to click. Okay, we do have the King and Strider decision if we want it, or we can go ahead and scroll to somebody. Who do you like?
I think I am okay with King in the 6th round. I didn't expect him to be there for that. I'm fine with that. But is that what you would click here?
I think I would, yeah. I mean, I think he is going to be soft capped 5 innings, just given how good the bullpen is behind him. Maybe I'll do one last deep dive for the people here on the bullpen in general. Let's just go look here. Okay. San Diego used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arms last night. Nobody threw greater than 15 pitches in the ball game, though, but they did use 6 arms.
All right.
So, okay. Maybe King has to go a little bit longer this evening.
Get him through 6.
Yeah. Get him through 6 on a low pitch count. I'm good with it. I think he'll probably be soft capped 80, 85. And Michael King's built up for strikeout upside. That's why we play Michael King. So guys like that on pitch counts, they have to be super hyper effective.
Yeah.
Which is, not the dream scenario, but you could do worse.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, I think we tie a bow on it there. I'm just going to do one last little look-sees here at what kind of home run price tags we could potentially be getting. Yeah, we are not getting treated to let's just see what Bregman's at. Yeah, okay. Yeah, methinks we're not going to be playing home runs at these price tags this evening for that ball game. The markets have caught up with the plays in which we like. Guys, go check out Mike doing the NBA bit, all that stuff, doing the Celtics. What's the Celtics one's called again?
Celtics Daily.
Celtics Daily.
Celtics Daily.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't think of a better name than Underdog Daily and just put Celtics in there. I get it, bro. I get it.
That's right. I wish it was me that was stealing it, but it was somebody else. Yeah, maybe it was a competitor that saw it. Yeah, I had nothing to do with the naming rights, but yes, we did. We stole it from the Underdog.
Oh, I love it, man. Appreciate you coming on, Mike. So much fun. Look forward to doing some more hoop stuff in the future here. Guys, don't be afraid of those double dribble lobbies. A lot of fun to be had in there. Lots of scrollable names at the back end, such as Keon Ellis. Anything else for the people, Mike?
No, appreciate you guys having me on. Everybody, hey, if you haven't signed up for the masterclass, there you go. There's your plug. Go sign up for the masterclass. Come on. And I know we shared a comment earlier. They signed up and then finished 7th. Sometimes you sign up and you don't win money, but it's still a very enjoyable experience while I'm walking my dog and listening to podcasts.
Hey, sometimes you write the masterclass and you lose $2,000 on the first week of Underdog.
Right. That's right.
Oh, good shit. All right. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Tell your friends about us. Everybody's favorite time on the show, the end. Peace.
See you guys.